Hello, the Blue Desert Virtual Tour is joining you from the traditional territory of the Utes, Pueblos, and Diné, otherwise known as Cortez, Colorado. Over the centuries, many different cultures inhabited the lands that are now Hochran's Preserve. Archaeological surveys have found evidence of people from the Pueblo I and II period living in and around the preserve going back to at least 900 AD. Today, the preserve is located within the southern city limits of Cortez. The land was donated to the Cortez Cultural Center by Mr. Jack Hawkins in the 1990s. In 2004, the Cortez Cultural Center placed the entire 122 acres into a conservation easement held by the Montezuma Land Conservancy to protect public access to the natural and archaeological resources at the preserve from development for generations to come. We honor and respect the culture and traditions of the Ute, Pueblo, and the Diné tribes.
I'm going to take the mask off now. Yeah? Are we going? Yay! Okay, perfect. All right. Hi, my name is Carrie Schneider, and I am a school counselor at Montezuma Cortez Middle School, and I've been working there for 11 years. So the program that I do is called Sources of Strength, and Sources of Strength is an upstream prevention program. So the goal is to be able to help our students learn healthy ways of coping, healthy ways of bouncing back when things are tough, and also providing the opportunity to spread hope, help, and strength. So the ways that I've been helping, or our programs help the Indigenous communities, is the Sources of Strength program. It's nice. It covers all kinds of different demographics, different cultures. It pretty much says what are the healthy activities that you're including, what family support do you turn to. There's a lot of different elements that I think are very adaptable to different cultures. And the Sources of Strength program I know is actually being developed, and they're trying to build that program at the Ute Mountain Ute Tribe. And so my hope is that we're collaborating with the people in the tribe and incorporating and having more Native Indigenous youth involved in the program. So I definitely believe that art and music need to be involved when it comes to health and wellness. Sources of Strength includes one part of it, which is healthy activities. And so I think that those two are very big in healthy activities. A lot of students say they listen to music, they like to play instruments, and I do believe when things are tough, it's one of the ones that can really help and heal students.
A special thanks to tonight's presenter, the Cortez Cultural Center. Thank you from the Blue Desert Virtual Tour. And now, kicking off tonight's event, Didat.
Bounce to the rhythm in your mind, connecting the lines to form a different vibe, aligned with the times. Didat from the front to the back, attached from the synapse to your spine. We're in it for the long haul. I gotta thank all y'all for jumping on the ride. Here's your ticket while I'm shipping in the drive. Let's kick it while I'm kicking you some rhymes as we rise up to the tip top, setting up the rip shot. Jazz, funk, hip hop, soul combined together through any type of weather. We rise, roll, shine on the road. Yeah, not the flip flop. We rock and get pride and share with the band. We out of control. Cortez down the shit rock. Thanks for coming out to the show. Let's go. Yeah, we can wreck any tempo. Set with a wet flow. North, east, south, west, and west coast. No sausage fest, just some eggs with the French toast. Dressing some fresh clothes. We break bread with our friends though. Shred with the best in the flesh, no pretendo. Steady rockin', dropping heavy crescendos. Tic-tac-toe across the map like XOs. Gaining respect cause we bend though. Paid off my debts while I collect though. Stayed in effect cause my rent's low. From the southwest surrounded by the Pueblos. Bass player ain't playing with the breaststroke. Just know they not winning big cause they bet low. Gotta aim for their neck if the head's closed. Laying in the trench with no trench coat. Party people from the front to back. So glad where you at, Didat brings it back. Jam-packed with fat tracks. Whether you fly high, drive by, slide by on the Amtrak. A can of flat black with the fat cap in the backpack. Plus a gram of some Afghan and some hash. Playing on the dash with the fast cash and the drag. trash bag and the smash up for the tip top. Setting up the rip shop, jazz, funk, hip hop, soul, yeah. Combine together through any type of weather. We rise, grow, shine on the road, yeah. Not the flip flop, we rock and get props, shared with the band. We out of control, yeah. See out on the ship rock. Thanks for coming out to the show. Here we go, yeah. Front to the back, so glad where you at with that. Brings it back, jam-packed with fat tracks. Whether you fly high, drive by, slide by on the Amtrak. A can of flat black with the fat cap in the backpack. Put some gram and some half, yeah, with some hash blade on the dash with the fast cash in the trash bag and the smash up for the tip top. Setting up the rip shop, jazz, funk, hip hop, soul, yeah. Combine together through any type of weather. We ride, grow, shine on the road, yeah. Not the flip flop, we rock and get props, shared with the band. We out of control, yeah. CO down the ship rock. Thanks for coming out to the show. Much love. Sounds good. All right. Buffalo, bumping that one below. Since the summer of 2001, binary shuffle flow. Arrows and hunter bows, thunder rolls. Buzzers roam through dusty roads and country zones. Rush from the double dose, sevens and double O's. Running, play a few numbers for a couple notes. Seen MCs nowadays taking double roads. Living two lives at once and have to juggle both. The other day the drummer played those color tones. From muddy grays, the brush will fade to rusty gold. Had to dial 1-900 sub and nose. For the fluidity, liquid lyric, deluxe, luggage low. From the desert where we were brought up in the water world. Rocking abalone shell toes, dropping pearls. Wind twirls towards the gatherers and fishermen. Paths of rattling from Colorado to Michigan. Yeah. Listen, have you really read the lyrics? The lineup in the KGB was some of the best that did it. God-gifted, travel as far as the bars, risen the distance, drifted beyond any star systems. Through holographic prisms on solo missions. Third-eye photo lenses control the visions. The plane is subterraneous and the ocean's risen. Lo and behold, defying low will go to the finish. Rowing a boat towards the dreamscape streamway. Speed race by the sea bay, the MC way. Wouldn't be rapping like this without a DJ. Create, transcribe, another deep grade. Without a further ado, a crew to relay. I'm on a marathon with a baton of green flame, passing the torch in the patterns of force, clash with the shores. My tongue is the jagged dagger and sword. Classics are born. Yeah.
I'm Miranda Harrison. I work for a School Community Youth Collaborative. I am a sixth generation to Southwest Colorado with ties back to 1864. Our program's mission is to support youth on their path to a healthy adulthood. So my particular program, Jewelry Design, I want to provide a safe space for youth to explore their creative side, time to spend with their peers, and to get away from everyday stress. So we promote inclusiveness. We really try to make sure that everyone feels valued and a part of our programming. Another thing that I've done with the Cultural Center is I've done Day of Diversity. And Day of Diversity, we promoted inclusiveness and celebrating each other. The Cultural Center actually helped provide this event when no one else was providing support for it. Art and music is a part of a person's well-being. And the reason why is because we get so caught up with everyday life and everyday stresses that we need a release. And by doing art and music, that provides a release, and we're able to explore our creative side and come back into spirit.
Keep it moving with your hands high. Do it with my fam on standby. Front man, so I'm the that guy. Rhythms, lyrics, diminish, critics. Yeah, keep it moving with your hands high. You are grooving with the band live. Do it with my fam on standby. Rhythms, lyrics, diminish, critics. Yeah, be that. Yeah. Yeah, the moment the trio became a quartet, I knew that we would win, that's a for sure bet. We getting triple digits like a Corvette. There really is no limit to our force yet. Ain't chillin' with fake feelings like Lord said. Take a trip, pay a visit to your doorstep. Southwest to the northwest. El Paso, Shiprock up to Cortez. Yeah, we going over the measures. Going down live right here at the Cultural Center. Cortez live up in Colorado. Everybody turn it up the notch and throttle. We going live front to back. So clap where you at. One more time, where did that? Defy on the rhyme, that on the music. Tuned in right now to Fusion. Let's go. follow the eagle and honor my people. Turn up like the throttle and EQ. We're conquering evil. Brought some pottery and offerings. Walking my moccasins. Heads won't comment when you're doing good, but they'll mock your sins. Swallow your pride, forget the fame and glory. Respect those who came before me. Check your creation stories. But whether my scalp's braided and now faded, my pride native. Styles are never outdated. Our ancestors laid it down for the foundation. The sound isn't downgraded, no annihilated. A little brown child was a loud mouth, mixing up some powwow with some wild style. Surround sound, drums sung in the roundhouse. Brown is brown, black is black like the mouse. In the middle of the night, you can hear them howl loud. A coyote about to wild out, but they don't wanna see the colored man or woman on the upper hand. Bundles of hundreds and rubber bands. I would rather be with my brothers and fam in the motherland, but I gotta hustle up a couple grand. Still it's all love and I'm loving what I am. Love my fam, love my clan, love the land. Profits over people I will never understand. I wish our elders could reawake and be young again. Hug your grams. Killing them slowly. Had to reseal and refill from the slowly. You hear it from the lonely village, chilling the cold breeze. Try to forget it all, but I still in my dome piece. Low key, never just feeding my own needs. No need to give them the go keep. We go hard, but with the OGs, living with no seeds. We roll trees by spitting these cold bars. Get maximum effort for minimum proceeds. I'm out here just fulfilling my own dreams. From DC to Cortez to OC, coast to coast across ocean to Bosees. Hitting up and giving them 16 like OZs. Low free can't hold me to slow speed. Mostly back to back, rap the fast, phantom lab, stash there, wrapped up ghostly. Peace to the Hopi people in the Pueblo, living in Adobe. The homies holy, the homies know and throw a show overload and donate the proceeds. Spit it so vivid over an instrumental though. Intricate rhythms within the middle of a flow. Here within the little did you know. Finish within a minute and not a minute more. I'm a zone and not a beat from Mariano, yeah. Stay fluid even in staccato, yeah. It's Yossi and Bay with the motto. Rapping on a pattern that anybody can follow. Spilling out the funnel to the nozzle. Flowing the rivers of Colorado. New Mexico, back down to El Dorado. We party tonight and ride it tomorrow. My pen is divided, it's time to get it right. My mind is lifted and flying in a fully auto. Criminal minded and I'm a little defiant. From a kid to a lyrical giant, colossal. I write another album like a novel. Bass making on the head's Bible. Not about to stop like a glottal. Turn up like a knob on the throttle. Yeah, from the land of the sun and the Zia. Almost finished with my green chili, time to Rhea. We know that I'm homeless, so when I see the sand, you can rip, I'm lounging in the shade with my feet up. Yeah, spot me like a cheetah, stripes like a zebra. Drinking lemonade, no tequila. It's pulque all day, por vida. Rebel outlaw, Pancho Villa. Let's go. Yeah. you be product of where you coming from. We not number two, we number one. Everybody get the drummer some. Yeah. I feel like that's good. Good shit. You kill your set.
The program mission of the BETA program, BETA stands for Behavior, Emotion, Transition, Academics, and Attendance. I support youth who experience significant challenges in one of those 5 areas. I work closely with the individual student, their family, as well as the school to address ways to mitigate some of the challenges that these individuals are experiencing within the school setting. Prior to my current position, I was an educator here in Montezuma County for 5 years. I taught math and science at a school for at-risk youth, and a large majority of the school population was Indigenous. And I did my best as a white educator to be culturally responsive in my delivery of curriculum. Currently, I work one-on-one with individual Indigenous youth and their families to provide counseling and support services while being culturally sensitive and responsive. Even if a person does not partake in the creation of music or art, we all benefit from the arts. They all enrich our lives, and they have the ability to bring us together as a community.
Please welcome our next group, the Julia Keefe Quartet from Spokane, Washington.
Vibe. This is an original tune called Body and World. Not part of your world, but body and world. Yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yesterday I lived life inside a dream. Now I'm awake, perfect and serene, beyond the world from life. Body and the world, they arise. Body and world arise. Body and world arise. So all things are mine, and nothing is. I've given up the world, body and the mind. Now I have found I have a special gift. The self is infinite. Yesterday I lived life inside a dream. Now I'm awake, perfect and serene, beyond the world from light. Body and the world, they arise. Body and world arise. Body and world arise. So all things are mine, and nothing is. I've given up the world, body and the mind. Now I have found I have a special gift. The self is infinite. The self is infinite. The self is infinite. Lazy, I wanna be lazy. I wanna lay out in the sun with no work to be done under that awning they call the sky, stretching and yawning, letting the world go drifting by. I wanna peep through the deep, tangled wildwood, counting sheep as I sleep like a child would, with a great big valise full of books to read when it's peaceful, while I'm killing time being lazy. I want to be lazy. I wanna lay out in the sun with no work to be done under that awning they call the sky, stretching and yawning, letting the world go drifting by. I wanna peep through that deep, tangled wildwood, counting sheep as I sleep like a child would, with a great big valise full of books to read when it's peaceful, while I'm killing time being lazy. lazy. I want to be lazy. I want to lay out in the sun with no work to be done under that awning they call the sky, stretching and yawning, and let this big old world go drifting by. I wanna creep through that deep, tangled wildwood and counting sheep as I sleep like a child with a great big valise full of books to read when it's peaceful, while I'm killing time being lazy, while I'm killing time being lazy, while I'm killing time being lazy. Cool.
I am Dante Downey. I am a chapter lead here in Cortez, Colorado for Young People in Recovery. I practice in arts such as painting, ink drawing, photography, videography, and music every once in a while, but that's mainly for my own mental health. I definitely struggle with a lot of anxiety and depression, and yeah, definitely growing up in this creative community to where there's like so many arts flowing through the streets, and growing up in a household where music was prevalent. I was gifted by having like these outlets to kind of disconnect with. I don't know, there's definitely been like these scenarios where I did art in order to like survive and make money, and that was just like, I have to do this or else I can't eat here and I can't do this. And it's been like that for a long time, but definitely within this past year, playing music by myself and drawing by myself, I finally got to create art for me, which has definitely been healing in that sense, by instead of looking at something as like, I can make money from this, just looking at something as, I did this is all me, and that's awesome. So, yeah.
Pablo Neruda sonnet. Yeah. More than rain, more than gold, more than roses born of fire glow, like a blossom unbloomed, deep within my soul, I find traces of you, without knowing when, knowing how, or from where. I have found no control, burden or pride, only love. Without knowing when, knowing how, or from where I have found no control, burden or pride, only love, purified. No more I, no more you. Your hand on my skin is mine, free to keep. So close now, your eyes close as I fall asleep. Jazz, 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 jazz. Can I say that while we do it? Yes. Yeah, okay, cool. Una más. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying you'll feel blue, you'll feel sad, you'll miss the dearest pal you've ever had. Oh, there'll come a time, and don't forget it, there'll come a time when you'll regret it. Someday, when you feel lonely, your heart will break like mine. You'll want me only after you've gone away.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Levy. I'm the Executive Director of the Cortez Cultural Center. The mission of the Cortez Cultural Center is to increase cultural understanding, promote the arts, and celebrate diversity, as well as create respect for the natural environment of the Cortez region. The Cortez Cultural Center has been providing programs to the Cortez community as well as the visitors to our region since 1988. We provide Native American dance programs in the summer times. They're held nightly and they're free and open to the public. And we also own Hawkins Preserve, which is a 122-acre natural preserve with an archaeological ruin in the city limits of Cortez, which the Hawkins Preserve also has over 3 miles of nature trail, and it supports a lot of diverse habitat. We also are just right now starting our first cohort of a program called Design Your Future, which is a career pathways for Native youth in arts and culture. And so we're really excited to be partnering with Colorado Creative Industries on that program and really getting it up and running and serving our youth in our community.
The Blue Desert Virtual Tour would like to thank Chamber Music America and the Doris Duke Charitable Foundation for their support. And now, headlining tonight's event, please help me welcome the Brad Goode Quintet featuring Ernie Watts.
Okay, good. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hi, everybody. My name is China Moses. I am a singer, songwriter, a music junkie. I love music more than anything. Music is life to me. And I am an emotional prism. See, my job as a vocalist, the voice being the first instrument known to man, my job is being an emotional translator, being a singer, songwriter, having a love for words. Well, that developed simply because in the wide realm of this thing that we call jazz. Now, y'all know that jazz is just a name that a journalist and that the critics were given to the music that was made from this beautiful city of New Orleans that I'm in right now. Yes, I'm sitting in my mama's beautiful backyard in New Orleans, and this is the birthplace of jazz. It's a special place. I'm not from here, but I felt like I had to come here and stay here a little bit, kind of like a trip to Mecca. This is musical Mecca for me because it's my history. This runs through my veins, my blood. You know, the paths that the ancestors and elders laid out for us are kind of like our sat navigation through life. And there's a song for every moment. Jazz is very healing. The melodies are healing. The freedom of it, the freedom of breaking the rules is nurturing to me. See, I don't know that many genres of music where you're supposed to break rules. You're supposed to speak from the heart. Of course, there's tradition, and of course, there's some things that should always be sung the same. But you're supposed to find yourself and your identity amongst these beautiful melodies, and jazz and blues help me do that. The voices of Dinah Washington, Anita O'Day, Ella Fitzgerald, Abby Lincoln, Betty Carter, Lorez Alexandria, Helen Humes, Bessie Smith, Mamie Smith, Janis Joplin, Peggy Lee, Sarah Vaughan, Roberta Flack, Patrice Freshen, Dee Dee Bridgewater. Just a few names that have brought me guidance. And I've only mentioned female names because they have been my big sisters, my aunties, my grandmothers, all of these women. Of course, I got some brothers, some uncles, and some grandpas. Don't worry about that. But I just wanted to point out the fact that the strength of somebody like Billie Holiday or Dinah Washington to continue to do what they did in the times that they did it in, that was a strength, an abnormal strength and passion and drive and a thirst for life and a thirst for expression. And jazz brings that. It can console you, it can hold you, it can help you be mad, it can accompany you in every state, emotional state of your life, of one's life. And for me, that's the beauty of it. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of thought. Jazz. It's learning how the world works around you and figuring out ways to make it better that aren't written down. It's a beautiful world of collaboration and cohabitation, and as a woman, the jazz world is probably the only world that has musically accepted me just as I am and has not pressured me, interestingly enough. The only way you get pressured is to be in the moment and to honor that moment and to sing like tomorrow does not exist. Shoot, time is always borrowed in the end, so you might as well play like you mean it. Whatever your feeling is that day, play it. And that's the healing part of jazz for me. It's a music that doesn't ask to be played the same way every single time. It asks to be felt and interpreted with emotion and gusto. Jazz is a way of life. Plenty of love, y'all.
We'll take a little break.
22 minutes.
Hi, my name is Jazz Robertson. I'm a musician, and I want to take a second to talk about improvisation. Music, as we all know, is magic. It brings us together, it comforts, and it heals. It is through this nuanced manipulation of energy that we are able to see and understand humanity individually and collectively as we try to navigate this thing called life. If you stop to think about it, music is an organic modality by which we struggle to reach the infinite, the ultimate, the unknown. Improvised music is unscripted. There are no plans, no thinking about how good it is, no time for judgment. It gives us an opportunity to really be present and tap into the moment. To me, improvising is really about being open and allowing yourself to let go and let whatever is in here come out. The things you feel that can't be put into words can be put into your music. It's almost like a meditation where you center yourself, then you get out of the way There's no space for your ego, your bad day, that conversation you had that didn't go so well, whatever it is. You have to leave those things behind you so you can be present. There's something of a healing quality to improvisation. Whether it's just you in a room with your instrument, or you're on stage with a group in front of an audience, there are levels of connection with something deeper, to a place that can't be touched or seen, but only heard from when we allow it to come through in these spontaneous improvised moments. I think these concepts can be helpful and healing to our Indigenous family. History has shown time and again that one of the things that is always assaulted is music, a keystone of cultural identity. Music, that mighty form of communication and expression, carries with it our stories, our lives, our memories, our possibilities. Reclaiming those identities is a great step in becoming more whole human beings. The hurts and traumas might still be with us, but music and improvisation can help us channel them into energy that is not only healing and beneficial to ourselves, but to others and our communities.